So I've moved the north elevation to be flush with this face, so I can draw those openings. A couple things I can do. Let me hide the floor slabs. So I know these openings want to be the same as the ones on this side. So one thing I could do is copy that face. Tap the control key, and green axis, and align it to this. How does that help me? Well, what it does is it creates the outline, duplicates the outlines of those walls, so that if I drew rectangles into these spaces, it's going to give me the same shapes, right? See what I'm doing here? Saves me a little bit of time. So I'm going to continue to do that. And then I'll just deal with the exceptions as they arise. And there are exceptions. Even if I have to model the differences, saves me a lot of work to proceed in this fashion. So now I'm just going to push out those openings. So when I turn back on the visibility of the north elevation, I can see, well, alright, those are cool, but I have to deal with the bottom row of stuff. That's fine. Let me save this as 12, save. And come up with a strategy now for these openings at the bottom. It's really just going to be rectangles. I could draw them almost freehand to these points. Let's try. Endpoint. Again, I'm not dealing with the arches at the top of the openings. I can deal with that later. turn off that CAD, and I think each of these are good. Just going to take push those out. Good, right? I can do the same thing with this side. Let me pause this a minute and then we'll start that. So this north face is going to get identical openings as that one. We're going to perform the same copy. See the south elevation, they're identical. Spacing, the intervals, etc. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's hide guides for a second. And that's southwest and southeast elevation. And let's save this as a scene. North elevation work. Well, we did that. I'm going to update it. So all I want to select are the outlines, the inside face of wall edges of these openings. How can I do that? If I turn just about isometrically to them and drag a fence around, a selection lasso around these, oh no, sorry. Select that face, the inverse. And then I'm going to move a copy of it I'm going to have to move on the green axis. Let's try that again. Select that face, move a copy, endpoint, tap the control key, and hold the green axis in place, so we place it here. What does that do for me? It creates those same shapes, which I can simply I ought to be able to push out. Can I do them all together? No. I have to do a little bit of work here. Create a rectangle around that opening. Select it. This is not cooperating. Let's try again. Let's take this face. Move copy. Endpoint. Tap the control key. Move it to there. Let's see what the result is. Can I take that? No. That's what I want to do. I need to draw those. Push that opening out to face. Alright, one at a time. Seems like a bit of work, but it saves a ton of work. So I'm just drawing over these endpoints to endpoint. And then I'm going to push them to the inside to create the openings. Oh, missed that one. Alright, and then push pull. Let's turn back on the layer. So we've got all the openings we need there. Now we need to move. Let's close the group. Let's move this drawing, the north elevation drawing, to, well, this isn't going to be helpful because the Liberty Hotel was built into this part of the structure, and most of it was demoed. So let's see what we got for east and west. So AutoCAD West is telling me we have some openings here. Let's take that drawing and move it. Grab any endpoint. Make sure that you're dragging your red axis is locked, and then drag to that face. So we have these openings already. We need to create these. See if we can draw right over the shape. I think we're comfortable enough doing this now. I'm drawing on the face of those walls to the endpoints, excluding the arch above, which I'm going to deal with later. Same here. To there. Here to there. Here to there. Here to there. Finally, here to there. If I hide the west elevation, is that right? Yeah. I should be able to select these shapes, right? And push them out. Oops, wrong way. Face. These are going to be very inconsequential. But they're required, so northwest and northeast elevations. Let's go back to AutoCAD. Open. Northwest tower elevation, and save it as 2013. CE, alright. File save as. V 2013. That's northwest, and let's open the northeast. Northeast tower elevation. And save this one as 2013. V 2013. You can use whatever convention you want. That's what I use. It makes it easy to remember. Back to SketchUp. So this one's going to be, let's close this group. Let's bring in the drawings we just made. Northeast tower. Can I do two at a time? No. Northeast tower in the and let's import northwest. Move them out, see what we're dealing with there. There's the northwest, so that one's going to go there. This is the northeast one. It's going to go there. Let's rotate it first along the red axis. Then I need the upright 90 and then 45 that way, right? And then we can grab it from an endpoint that we know move it where it belongs. I'm still in lesson 12, right? Yeah. That's got to turn 180. Rotate it vertically 90. And then this way 45. And move it from an endpoint to an endpoint where it belongs. Okay, that's all that's left to do, and I'm going to do that offline. Otherwise this lesson's going to get too long. When that's done, I'm going to resume this video and show you the result.